Hello, guys, and welcome to this year's presentation of the UDL Awards. I'm switching over to my screen now, and let's get on with. First award is the Gordie Howe Award for the best forward, and I will not delay here. It's Connor McDavid again, and yeah, this is my attempt of merging the and doing the Royals logo because yeah, as we all know, McDavid was part of the Chilliwack Royals, Luke's team, and this was the last year of his restricted free agent, or he's now going to get the maximum salary, or I think not many of us doubt that he'll get the maximum salary. The only question is if he will remain with the Royals or there will be a big time trade in the UDL. And here you can see McDavid also grabbed most of the awards at the NHL level. And here are the runners up and third place. Basically, he ran away with the award. But seriously, though, this is how the voting went. And these here are in the distance, as you can see, are the second and third place in Draisaitl and Pasternak. Just one thing to note here, I think similar to the NHL, I think we had one so to say jokester voter who didn't even vote for McDavid in the top three, and I'm willing to bet the same guy placed Brady Tkachuk in first place in terms of most valuable forward. That Kachuks are nothing to be trifled with in our league. They are really valuable. I think I can see a season within the next couple of years where the both Kachuks could be in the top three in this award as they continue to get better. But yeah, this is for the Gordie Howe. We'll see what happens with McDavid around the auction. Next up is the Paul Coffey Award for the most valuable defenseman in the UDL, and this year there was again not much competition, and it goes to Erik Karlsson, with which I wholeheartedly agree. In fantasy, he was definitely without competition. Just don't get me started on how a defenseman who is not even a good defenseman can win the award for the best defenseman in the NHL. But I hope really the NHL uses this to consider splitting the awards for offensive defenseman and defensive defenseman and actual defenseman, because I think Erik Karlsson was he's not really a defenseman. But anyway, it's well deserved. And just as a comparison, his previous 4-year average production, he didn't stay healthy a single season and averaged 35 points. So yeah, it was a really monster season. And this here is an actual picture of me having to endure Carlson's previous contract. But this time around, Andrew got a great deal with him at the auction. But I think it was only a 1-year deal, so he will be back for this year's auction again. So buyer beware after this career season. And the competition for the Paul Coffey Award, as you can see, the past winners, we have had 4 and now 5 different winners. And I think there are at least 10 guys that have a legit shot at both the Norris and the Coffey in any given season. As you can see here in the results, guys like Yossi and Makar and Hedman were not even in the nominees this year. So this is one of the very wide open categories in terms of awards and in terms of having the top guys. There isn't a big group of players that could be named elite in terms of defensemen. So next up is the Dominik Hasek Awards for the most valuable goaltender. And here we don't deviate from the NHL again. And the winner is Linus Ullmark. And this is another player from the Scouts. So Andrew had a couple of the best players during this season, so that helped him maintain his contender status. And then this was relatively closer than the other categories. In Ottinger and Sorokin were close, but they couldn't make it and were left wondering what they could they do more. But it's another pretty wide open category. As you can see, only Vasi has won twice, and he should be back, I guess, next season. But with Hellebuck and Shestyorkin, there are really here always a good competition. And Umark, we'll see what he does after this career year next season. And now we go mostly away from the NHL category. So now it's more our UDL specific ones, like the Bob Awards for the best value contract. And the winner here is pretty anonymous. It's Carter Verhage, and we give credit here to Odessa because Max was the one that actually signed this contract, and this contract runs also next season. It's a 1 million contract, and now it's Verhage's property of the Ramparts, who acquired him during their championship run. And I've put here in the past winners also the teams that signed these good value, very best value contracts. And you see that now Odessa and Las Vegas have 2 winners each. So I guess Max and Mark are very good at the auction or getting good deals at the auction. Oh, keep it up, gents. And on the other end of the spectrum is the Breeze Award for the worst value contract. And this year it goes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So Luke has not only some of the best players, but some of the worst also. And this is how the voting went. So basically, Ristolainen came very close to repeating as a winner for the Breeze Award, which is not very prestigious. And Huberdeau and his pretty bad season came close third. And I think this was a very short and to the point press release by the Vancouver Canucks that they buy out Ekman-Larsson, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, I'm out of it. I'm out of here." But actually, this I think could be good for the Royals and our league, because if Ekman-Larsson finds a spot on some contending team, he could have a somewhat of a bounce back season. Maybe not 8 million words of bounce back, but still it could be decent. Next is the Ray Memory Memorial Award, which is for the best FA pickup. This time we didn't have such spectacular thing like Tage Thompson last season, where he blew up after being dropped and traded and so on. This time the award goes to Cam Fowler, which was a pickup by Brad and the EHC Red Bull team. It was, I think, he picked him up somewhere in November. So basically, he spent the whole year with the Red Bull team. And here's how the voting went. Another close category with Copley and Wild Bill coming in close second. And this award is often won by a surprising goalie that comes out of nowhere, and Copley was that guy in this season, but he came close and didn't win it. And for the maybe most juicy award of all, and for the ones that can bring the most chatter, I will have a sip of my beer to let the excitement build up. But it shouldn't be a big surprise that the winner is Vince and the Ramparts, because Vince did like some unimaginable things. I think he turned his team upside down, and basically at times it seemed that he turned the whole league upside down. But his bold moves definitely paid off, as he was very good in the regular season and made a run and took the title. and in the process he made 61 trades, which is a season worth of trades for the whole league during some of the previous years. So a boatload of trades. And here's how the voting went. It was pretty convincing win for Vince with 11 first place votes, but all of the nominees got at least one first place vote. The Royals came in second, and Red Bull is in third. So congrats to both Luke and Brad, and also to the other guys, Mark, Jay, and Andrew. All of them did a great job, and it was an amazing season. Basically, last season was, I think, one of the, if not the most competitive one in our history so far. As you can see, uh, very close winning percentages for the top teams. For example, between fifth and eighth spot in the regular season standings, only 0.1 percentage, 0.01. I don't know. You can see on the screen it was very close, and this was a chatter between some of the two of the Rampart star players that were overheard. That I think we don't know what will happen with the McDavid auction. It's interesting. Will Will Vince add a third max contract to his team, and can it be done? I'm curious to see. I'm sure we reinforce some exciting stuff in the off season, and thanks all for voting on the awards. I think it was the first year when we had all 20 of the owners vote on the awards, which is great. Thanks, and I'll see you around over the next weeks as we get things rolling with the draft and then our GM meeting, which is about to come also during the draft. Oh, bye bye.